You are watching SCAC Soccer Media Days. Coming to us from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and the Colorado College Tigers, it's head men's soccer coach Horst Richardson and senior forward Sean Parham. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Real pleasure.
Coach Richardson, first, start off by telling us what are your expectations coming into the 2013 season?
Well, the expectations are to match our success from last year. We had a wonderful NCAA playoff year last season. As everyone will know, we have graduated 8 stupendous seniors, an All-American, 3 academic All-Americans, 6 starters. And so what we're trying to do is to retool, regroup, and hopefully match their success.
You know, Coach, you brought up kind of leading into my next question. Obviously, last year, a big year, 14-5-3, an NCAA berth, and a win in the first round. How big was that for your program to get back into the NCAA tournament, pick up a win, moving forward?
What was huge? I mean, we hadn't been there since 2004 when we had Pat McGinnis, the Player of the Year in Division III, who helped us along with a huge number of goals. I think our entry into the SCAC in 2005 was a real transition for us, trying to keep our head above water early on, and then dealing with the likes of our friends at Trinity and Southwestern, who always give us very, very competitive games. So I think last year proved that we deserve to be in contention, and we hope to be there again this year.
Sean, we turn the attention to you, a team captain this season. We know it's early in preseason. Tell us what you have seen thus far through preseason, through the eyes of you, the student athlete.
So far, we've looked sharp. I've been really impressed with the boys, day in and day out, busting it, getting ready, keeping healthy, and really excited for this. We're bringing in a couple really good players who are definitely going to help us along the way. But more importantly, we have a few returning players, a couple seniors, a couple juniors that really have done the work this summer and look like they're ready to go for the season.
Coach Richardson, tell us a little bit about some individuals you're expecting some big things out of. Obviously, tough losing the seniors you lost. So what are some individuals you're looking to step up and step into some bigger roles?
Well, this gentleman right here to my right, I think would be certainly one. Sean is a most valuable asset to the team. His teammate and co-captain, Andrew Worthington, one of our central defenders, has proven himself as a 2-year starter, and we expect that he will solidify the defense this year. We have a number of other guys who need to really take the opportunity to step up. One of those positions would be our goalkeeper. We had 2 senior goalkeepers last year, and they will be very difficult to replace. We're working with 3 keepers right now, and hopefully we'll have a starter ready to go when we open up at the end of the month. We have a midfield to solidify, and there too are several returners who will be fortified by at least 2 or 3 newcomers, and we feel confident that by the time the season starts, we will be a most effective Division III soccer team.
Sean, tell us some of your what are the team's goals this season? Obviously, we know one of the big ones would be competing for a SCAC championship, but what are some of the team goals you guys are hoping to accomplish this season? And then you as an individual, what are you hoping to accomplish on the field this season?
So team goals, the first start from there is, it's always hard to say because you don't ever want to get too far ahead of yourself. And big thing we keep stressing in practice is one practice time, one game at a time, one weekend at a time. But definitely we want to come back, have a better SCAC tournament. We had an unfortunate loss there last year. But yeah, you hit the big one on the head, the big daunting title of the getting back to that NCAA and going farther than we did last year. Speaking on a personal note, I always look to improve myself and look to improve on the team. And now, as Horst has alluded to, with the loss of with the likes of Matt Fector and Daniel Wright, be looking for a new place to find those goals. And I'm more than happy, willing, and excited to fill in that role and jump in that double digits for goals if I can.
You are watching SCAC Media Days. We're live from Colorado Springs, Colorado, with Horst Richardson and Sean Parham. Coach Richardson, big number of newcomers coming in. Tell us a little bit about them, what you're hoping to see from them in their first year.
Well, I would highlight a couple. We have a young man from Maryland, from the Baltimore area, who played at a very high level in his high school years. Christian Wolf, who surprised everybody this morning by being the fittest in one of our fitness tests. He is a real dynamo and will certainly assist us in our flank attack. We have a youngster out of Denver. And if you pardon me, sort of a personal comment, he happens to be the son of a previous player from many seasons ago, Caden McKenzie, who is a most talented and able and driving force in the middle of the park. I think there are probably about 4 or 5 others who are knocking on the door of making the team. We're still in the process of making cuts, trying to get down from about 40, 41 players, candidates for the team, down to a reasonable number. So it's probably a little premature to address others, but these two whom I've mentioned certainly stand out so far.
We'll get you guys out on this. This is for both of you. For Colorado College to have another successful season in 2013, what are going to be some of the keys to success?
I think I'll leave that to the captain here.
So big keys this year, like I mentioned previously, is not dropping off offensively. We're losing 2 good attacking players with Fector and Daniel Wright, but I think we have more than enough talent to fill in there and be even more dynamic this year than last. Dropping back from that, we lost two or three very experienced players in the defensive third of our field. And so holding that down with our captain, Andrew Worthington, back there will also be a very, very big key for us. I'm not expecting any issues with the middle of the park. We're returning 2 4-year starters there, and so I'm just excited for how this all shapes out to that first game.
You have been watching SCAC Soccer Media Days with head coach of the Colorado College men's soccer team, Horst Richardson, and senior forward and team captain Sean Parham. By the way, Coach Richardson entering his 48th season, quite a unbelievable feat there. Gentlemen, we thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, and good luck to you this season.
Okay, James, thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
The Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference, a conference of good sports.